I have 1,000 hours in assetto corsa, and I recently competed in my first sim drifting competition. And today, we're taking everything I know about sim drifting and building the ultimate pro drift car in Forza Horizon 6. Alright, first things first. We have to find a car. Everyone's rocking the S15 or the Chaser right now. And honestly, those are valid choices. But I'm going with something different. There hasn't even been an IRL drift build of this car. The Toyota GR-GT. And this car is going to make an insane pro drift build. It's powered by a twin-turbo 4-liter V8. Stock, this car has 700 horsepower, which is really good. But we're building a pro car, so I maxed out the upgrades to see how much power we could get from the stock engine. And we got up to 1,057 horsepower, which is a great number for a pro drift car. Then I upgraded all the other things, like suspension, roll bars, diff, brakes, etc. Then I put drift tires on, with 265s in the front and 325s in the rear. Then I customized it to make it more my style, and this is what I ended with. Since the car is so new, there are no customizations outside of the Forza ones. So visually, I left the car stock and just changed the wheels. And the car is absolutely beautiful. Now going into tuning, this is where my assetto corsa brain kicks in. Most people just max out tire pressure and call it a day, but that's not how we do it over here. I brought the rear down to around 19 psi to get more drive out of the car, and the front to 23, which could have been a bit higher. Front camera was a little low for my taste, so I went to negative 3.4 and put more positive camera in the rear for more grip. Then added toe out in the front for more turning and toe in the rear for more grip. Then softened both roll bars for even more grip. And lastly, maxed out acceleration and deceleration to lock the diff. Then I headed out to test it on the streets. And the first thing that impressed me was this entry. Most of the time in Forza, cars like to snap to angle, but this car flows very well. Look at how it handles this tight transition. Very clean and smooth. And then coming into this next turn, it goes to angle and stays there, then barely hit this car. Then coming into this next turn, going almost 140 miles an hour, I yanked the handbrake and nailed this turn. Then, I decided to go to the tailgate. And to be honest, during these hairpin turns, the car really wanted to over-rotate. But I do think that's just Forza's physics, not the car itself. Because I've had the same problem in other cars. Once you get to a certain angle, the car kind of just folds over and there's really nothing you can do about it. Like during this turn, I set the car up well, but you get to a certain point and the car just over-rotates, causing you to straighten, which messes up the rest of your line. And I have kind of found a way to combat this. If you really focus on your throttle modulation, it makes it easier to get around these turns. But it still does happen sometimes. But that could just be in my head, and it's only this car that's doing that because of all the power it has. The car feels very stable, but sometimes it feels like the physics aren't allowing it to stay stable. But this is an arcade game, so you can't really expect simulation physics. Alright, enough of me going on about these physics. Now let's move on to something different. I went up north and found this time attack track, and I wanted to connect all the turns in one clean lap. But I was having trouble connecting these two turns because it has a straight in between them. And this hairpin because I kept over-rotating. Eventually, I found the line for the two turns. And got the hairpin. And way too many attempts later, here's the full lap. Overall, this build is really solid, but my drifting still needs a lot of work. But in terms of fun, this is S tier. This is definitely the most fun I've had drifting outside of assetto corsa, just from the sheer amount of possibilities this game offers. But since this game is so open-ended, I'm finding it very difficult to find good video concepts. So let me know what you want to see me do in this game, or if you don't want to see it at all, because all criticism is good criticism. So like and subscribe, and come back, because I'm really trying to become a better drifter. and I want you guys to come along for the journey. And my next video will be an assetto corsa video, so look out for that.